The Vanishing Diner. On a cold, misty night in rural Pennsylvania, Alex was driving along a desolate highway when his car began sputtering. Running low on gas and with no signal on his phone, he spotted the dim neon sign of a diner glowing faintly in the distance. Relieved, he pulled into the gravel parking lot of Mabel's Diner, a small, vintage establishment that looked frozen in the 1950s. Inside, the air smelled of coffee and old grease. The handful of patrons, all dressed in retro clothing, barely acknowledged him as he took a seat at the counter. The waitress, a pale woman with deep-set eyes, handed him a menu without saying a word. Alex ordered coffee and a sandwich, feeling the uneasy silence in the room. The customers stared blankly at their plates, eating in slow, robotic motions. As he waited, Alex noticed something odd. The black and white photos on the walls featured the same people sitting in the diner, but from decades earlier. Even stranger, their appearances hadn't changed at all. His heart began to race as he realized the waitress and the cook were also in those photos, smiling eerily. Panicked, Alex decided to leave, but when he turned toward the door, it was no longer there, just a blank wall where the exit should have been. The patrons slowly turned their heads toward him, their faces unnaturally twisted into wide, predatory grins. The last thing Alex heard was the waitress whispering in his ear, "Welcome to Mabel's. You'll never leave." The next morning, a passing trucker noticed an abandoned car by the roadside. The diner was gone, leaving behind nothing but an empty lot covered in thick fog.